Hi, guys. I have no idea what I want to talk about, but trying to find something and I can't find it. Oh, I found it. The curling iron. I, gosh, had an appointment today with the therapist, as I told you guys last night. And what I didn't realize is that it was over the phone. It was a telehealth one. So anyhow, I have trouble getting around, getting going this morning, like I have been for the past couple weeks. And hurry up, get out, because I gotta be there by 11. On the way there, I get a text message telling me where to log into the phone thing. Man, all my hair's falling out, something. Anyway, so I try logging on, and there's no data on my phone. And I'm nowhere. Well, I've tried before. I try to get online, get on the internet, get on Wi-Fi at places. My husband can. We have the same type of phone, but for some reason my phone won't do it. So anyway, I called her. She didn't answer because the office was closed, and I left a message that I wasn't able to log on at this time. So she calls me back, and for some reason my phone didn't ring. So, well, for some reason I found out later it was the ringer was shut off. So that was the end of that. So she left me a message saying that she didn't know why I was having trouble connecting. Well, I wasn't very specific in my voicemail. So, but I couldn't call her back either because the number she was calling me from was probably her home because it doesn't show a number. It says unknown caller. So I'll be calling back tomorrow. Hopefully I didn't get charged today. That would not be good. So what is this, Tuesday? Yeah. Hey, I'm being good, guys. Still no contact. Looks like I need to color my hair again, don't it? That purple's coming out. Mm-mm. I don't know what I'm doing differently. It used to last for 2, 3 months. Now it's like every month it's coming out. You know what, though? I didn't have the shampoo and conditioner for colored hair. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just washing it out. But I like the color purple. And I tried it one time. And everybody loves it on me. So, on my friends and places I go. Of course, all the. I think I mentioned it a couple of days ago that my dentist doctors, everybody I see has, they have a way with me. because of my mental issues. Gotta be doing things a certain way, and I always feel so guilty. I always feel like I'm such an inconvenience, such a problem to people, but they reassure me that I'm not. So, I mean, I know I'm the customer and stuff like that, but I've had to take care of some people that I don't know if I call them finicky, but they had, I don't know what to call them, quirks. So it was kind of an inconvenience to me sometimes. I still followed them, but followed the protocols and that. But so I imagine maybe it's just like that for them. Maybe sometimes they don't mind. Maybe sometimes it's inconvenient. I just can't feel like crying. I just can't change it. I can't. It's so frustrating. Like an itch you can't scratch. I don't know how to describe it. You're being weird. You can see yourself being weird, but at the same time, there's nothing you can do about it. I tell you what I really hate. Dislike is people putting videos of these women that clearly having some issues of their own, and they put them on there and they call them Karens. And doesn't anybody just talk to each other anymore? It'd be so stupid, so mean. Carrying their cameras into places to cause a problem, just so they can say, "Oh, look, they're breaking my constitutional rights." Well, they got rights to privacy and uh, not have you shove the camera in their area, be recorded. And I've always said I'd be too afraid to. Gosh, what if that person was in protective, whatever, where they change everything? Gosh, what if you were outing one of them and they got messed up? You ever think about their rights? Seriously. I hope everybody shares this to those pages because it's ridiculous. I understand some of them can be fake, but it's the whole idea of it is just so stupid. You know what else is stupid? Me sitting here rubbing my nose because it itches. You know what else is stupid? Me sitting here worrying about y'all that are doing wrong because I just want to focus on what's good, what's right. I'll tell you what, though. Somebody come shove a camera in my face like that, they'd probably go to jail. And you wouldn't have a camera no more, or a phone, whatever you're using. I was watching a video one day where this guy was in this person's face coming out of a courthouse or something. And I started laughing because all I could visualize is that person. He kept sticking the camera in her face, just go boom and knock him backwards down the steps. Am I bad? I'm bad. I'm bad. Look how she's got my bangs hacked up. They'll grow out. It's gonna be hard to do, but I am gonna let them grow out. 'Cause this is dumb. This is not working for me. Wow, this light, you can really see how pale I am. Oh, let's see what to do, what to do. Well, my friend, my caregiver, is scheduled to come tomorrow. Well, it's not on the calendar, but that's when she usually comes, is like Tuesday through Thursday. But without any contact, and her not answering the last time we had contact, if she was coming or not, I have no idea. These things are so neat, you guys, if you get them. I've been using them several years now. I was one of those people. Well, you're working as a locksmith. It's like any job where you gotta use your hands, you have to be able to focus without the hair coming down in your face and everything. And a lot of times I was outside unlocking cars, climbing up the side of a semi truck to unlock the doors if I couldn't pick it open. So the wind would just be whipping my hair everywhere. So big into the ponytail holders, scrunchies and stuff. Um, my hair got too thick for barrettes. I was using those big ones to like hold it up here, and they started popping open. So, uh, gosh, I can't even tell you how I started with these combs. Probably bought it and tried it, but there was a little bit of a learning curve, maybe I would no more difficult than the first time you use a curling iron and try to figure out which way to turn it. Yeah, and so yeah, these are pretty simple. And the first thing I noticed about them was how comfortable they are. Oh my gosh, ponytails and things can pull. These do not pull. It's just like holding your hair. Um, and the tension with the rubber band, in the middle, you can make it tighter if you want to by you can twist it shorter, make it, firmer. Um, or you can lower it down on your head to take in, what was it? In the middle of them. Yeah, I use a colored one. See how there's a little hole right there? I can't do it now because my hair is like way thick, but you could just pull your hair through that even, if you can imagine. It's in your hair like this. So, imagine my hand is your hair. So then you could pull some hair through here, or all of your hair, because this really stretches. And then have this underneath and have your ponytail on the outside. Um, so, yeah, if you didn't like the look of it, You could always just do something like that. A lot more gentle than a ponytail holder. That is a fact. So I've got this in high school. I think I told you this story. My girlfriend Amber and I, um, we skipped school. That's what we did in high school. We had our credits. We were good to go. So anyway, we skipped this one day, and we went to a mall and we got an ear piercing together. We both had our ears already pierced, but I got this second hole here, and I think it's closing up. I usually put an earring in it when we go out. It doesn't seem to be making a difference. Oh, I think it's going through. You know, you get old, your earlobes get all saggy. I got it in. So I think I'm just gonna leave that in there for a little while, a couple days. I don't know. Till I can't stand it anymore. I just don't want it to close up. Well, anyway, that day we were so sick and out of school. We went into this little novelty store, and it had a lot of those. Because it was a small store, I assume they had the glass shelves that. How do I describe it? I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's got the slats walls, shelf backs. So they had those hooks on them. Well, they had this glass shelf sitting on top, not attached. So my girlfriend, she is leaning forward to look at something that's on the bottom shelf. And when she comes up underneath the glass shelf above her, and it was loaded full of these ping pong balls. Yeah, they went everywhere. I was laughing so hard I thought I was going to wet myself. Her face is bright red and she's laughing so hard. And the lady working there, even, she started laughing, and I thought she was going to be so mad. And so she and I start picking them up, you know, picking them up, putting them in our shirt, make your shirt like a pocket, like a basket. We're picking them up. And the lady says, no, 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 you don't have to do that. You don't. They're like, yes, we do. Our parents raised us better than that. We don't just take off. So yeah, if you were there, you probably would have lost it too. It was so funny. But back then, we didn't video everything. We carried around my mom's video camera, a camcorder, um, and we recorded at night when we were cruising the drag. We'd video, a lot of our friends and stuff, and that was on VHS. Yeah, and but it's nice to have those videos to look back on, and the fun we had when we were kids. Good times, man, good times. I look at the way kids are now. Kids, I mean, not little bitty kids, but you know, teenagers up to young adults. And I know around here there's like nothing for them to do. I don't know if there's 4-H. I don't see like a fairgrounds or anything like that here. Um, Honestly, there is none. There's just none. So there is a state fair. There is a gosh, I would guess there was other county. I don't know. I really need to check into this because it's a farming community. You would think that they would have 4-H, with the cows, the animals, livestock, whatnot. I have seen someone They started with an arena, just an arena in the middle, out in the off the highway there, not an enclosed one. And then sometimes I would see a lot of people with horses there riding, young people. So I thought, well, maybe that's some kind of a, I don't know, riding group, club, something like that. And then I noticed a name over the thing. It said Peterson Arena. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a public thing or if it's a private thing and they rent it out. I don't know. But anyhow, I noticed this past fall, I think it was, they built a great big building. So maybe that's an indoor arena or something. And that would be nice because here in North Dakota, the weather can be rather tricky. So a lot of people are joking now that right now we're in a false spring. It's the type of weather that makes you think it's warming up. It's warmer. The wind's blowing. No snow, but they say usually in April they'll have another winter. So we'll see. I've been here all these years. I haven't really paid attention to it that way. So I'll pay attention now. Well, let's do a little makeup now that my curling iron's chilled out. I can put it away. Boy, I'm having a heck of a time here. Oh, you guys ever tried one of these printers? Portable printer? Well, you pop this open, and in here, you'll set these. It's a roll of paper, and you never have to put ink in it. It's thermo. You have to use the thermal paper that changes with heat. But it does such a good job. My things I print come out really crisp and clear. You can adjust the type, the print that comes out, the darkness, the lightness of it. Um, and the best thing I like is I can do it right from my phone. So, have you ever been to a place like, I don't know, this happened to me at a doctor's office one time where I had to print uh, something that I would normally have to come home, get on a computer and print. And I was able to just do it right there. And the ladies were just so impressed. So um, it's come in handy for us quite a bit. The other thing is, you know, car insurance companies lately do not send me a card. Uh, you know, it's online. So, but here, I don't know if it's just this town or what. Um, we got pulled over once. Oh, no, we didn't get pulled over. My husband was in that accident and they wanted the proof of insurance, so he pulled it up on his phone and the officer told him, no, that's not acceptable. You have to bring your card or what. So we got our printer, printed it, gave it to the officer. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I don't really take it with me in the winter time because I'm afraid I might leave it out there and wreck it in the cold. But yeah, it's usually with me. Because seriously, whatever I can pull up on my phone, I can send right to the printer. Yeah, and it just works through the Bluetooth. It's exciting times we live in, guys, to think about when from the time we grew up, now Gen X obviously, but the time we grew up and the things that we've seen, um, go on, and things we've seen invented. By gosh, the computer and the uh, the advancements, the cars, the just everything has been so. Oh, and the boomers too, our parents. And the things that they've seen. Yeah, I do kind of miss the freedoms we had. Things were just different. Maybe, maybe I'm hoping or wishing for too much, but wouldn't it be nice if it got back to where we could actually feel somewhat at ease, somewhat comfortable with around other people? I probably won't ever, but that's a nice fantasy to have. But man, people can't even trust enough to let their kid go to the mailbox and get the mail, at the end of the driveway. They're too afraid. When I was a kid, we lived about a mile and a half outside town, and it was probably a mile to this trailer park. And it was across the highway. But in the summertime, we could go up there and swim at the trailer park. You just paid a couple bucks, and there you went. But yeah, that mom didn't join us. She just get on our bikes and go. If you got a bike problem, if you had a flat tire, you figured it out. And if it was too cold for the pool, we'd get on our horses and light out down the roads. And of course, we had rules. We had, I wouldn't say our parents let us go without any supervision, because if it was something like we were riding our horses down the road, after a while, here'd come mom's car. She'd be checking on us. It was just practical freedom with a little bit of observation, or a little bit of, you know, well, I went to squirt this just a little bit onto here, and that's what happened. So, yeah, but see, our block where we lived, the go around the block, was 5 miles. And as we were going along, people on our route, which some of them were kids on our school bus route, um, people would be outside doing their gardens or whatever, and they'd see us coming by, and they were used to us, so they'd wave at us or ask us if we wanted something to drink. Get off the horses, sit there, and visit for a while. I don't know. I don't know what's up with these kind of days here. Most people now would be like, "Don't ride those filthy animals across my lawn," or you know, minded our own business. But we were always told, girls, stay off the road. And we did. We rode alongside the road, and if there was a plowed field, like there was a farmer's field that had nothing in it, no seeds or anything, we would get even further off the road, like at the edge of their field or something. Yeah, we kind of had sense about us. I mean, we just knew things. So I talk to some people now, or some younger people, and they just will give you this blank stare, like not necessarily about horses or the way I grew up, but just general subjects just don't exist anymore. Something. It's really different. It used to be people would, in my community, anybody could talk to you. Anybody could correct you if you were doing wrong. And come on, you knew you were doing wrong. You didn't go cry, oh, they hurt my feelings, they yelled at me. No, because you knew you were doing wrong. The only time you got to say something is if they asked you a question. Then you could say something. And you absolutely did not talk back to an adult or, an older person. You gave everybody respect. And then you could think what you wanted later on. But you didn't do it right there. Whoever it was that was talking to you or you were talking to them. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yeah. But in reality, you didn't really know. You didn't really know how people would be, and we knew that. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the generation, the war generation, or I don't know what you call them, but I almost had a, I don't want to say fear, but it was kind of like fear because they would just say whatever to you, and the most, the strongest words that were really used by anybody that I knew as far as cussing was damn it, damn, shit. None of this F word. If we would have used that word, we would have been mouth washed out with soap, and that was a huge no no, especially for a woman to say. To this day, I still don't like that word. It just seems like everybody's lost vocabulary. They don't, they just throw that word in there. And there's so many words that you could say that would like flabbergast the person you were talking about because they would suddenly bend a, what did you say? What's that word? And it wasn't even a bad word. It wasn't a cuss word or an F word. It was, and I have done that where I used a different kind of a word that, get in there, look at the vocabularies, find different words. I learned that my first husband, he was a annoying. I can't say I hated him. I didn't hate him, but as I got to know him more, he just got annoying. Um, he would purposely. He always looked at me as being this highly intelligent individual. Don't know why, but so he would always look up different words and use them in sentences when he was speaking to me to try to prove he was more intelligent, I guess. And the reason I say it that way is because it was always like a competition with him, but he was just in competition with himself because I didn't participate. And he'd be like, what do you think that, you don't even know what I'm talking about. I'd be like, yeah, I do. But uh, I just don't believe in trying to compete with your family members and stuff like that. There's more other things to be doing. So, trying something different here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Gosh, I've been noticing how I feel so different. And I was talking to my husband about it, and he agreed. He goes, "It must be your medication." So he went through all my pills, and he says to me, "Has she been in your pill boxes?" Talking about my caregiver. And I told him, I said, "Well, she helped me. See, she's not allowed to do pill boxes or touch my meds. So I was doing them, but because of my screwy memory, I had her sitting there with me, checking me, making sure I was putting the pills in the right place and the right type, right dosage. So that's what I told him. I said, well, we did them together. I said, but I was putting them in the boxes. And he says, do you think she was in these boxes because some of your pills are really messed up? Like, it's not a small mistake. It would have to be deliberately put in there because this one pill, this one psych med, is it's the same pill. There's two doses of it, a 200 and a 100, because it doesn't come in a 300, right? And one's blue and one's white, but they look the same. They're the same shape and everything. There were two of the big ones and one of the white ones in there. So what had to have happened is somebody went back and took another blue one out and added them to the pills after they were done. I know there's things wrong with me up here. So I was really beating myself up, trying to remember, I came in and opened the pill boxes and I'm staring at them, hoping something will trigger my memory. Did I do that? After a couple hours, I decided no, I didn't do that. So um, I was ready to call the cops because messing with those psych drugs could probably kill me. So my husband sat out here for a while because I said, "Well, I'll call the law out and I'll get a report made." And and my caregiver, I didn't know what else to do, you guys. And he goes, "No," he goes, "Let me look some more." After about an hour, he comes in there and he goes, "She didn't do it." He said, "I was looking at the wrong pill boxes." Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't jump the gun and call the cops or something. Luckily, my husband had the clearest mind to say, "Well, let me be totally sure on that." God, that would be awful to accuse somebody of something like that. That I was accused of something one time. Was it theft or I don't remember what it was, but it was pretty bad like that. And that's pretty scary. I would not have wanted to put that on her or anybody else. I still care. I would truly still, well, I do consider myself her friend. It's just because of my problems I can't be around somebody that has those issues anymore. Gosh, I remember back in the day, my friends were all kinds of different personalities and people, and there weren't any issues with it. Didn't affect me. It does now, by golly. Oh, good. I think my skin is looking better. It's using this new lotion. But these darn bags and water, the water, getting enough sleep, taking my um, anti, what you call it, the water pill. I don't take Lasix anymore. I take something else. The Lasix wasn't working well with my system. And I can't seem to figure this out. I can be so swollen with edema, holding all this water, and yet they'll still tell me, "Well, you're dehydrated." I do not get that. What's my body doing with it if it's not using it? So, yeah, if any of you educated people out there have an idea about that, I haven't had any luck finding anything on Google that makes any sense. But if we could figure out my system, I would be so grateful. Like I said, my cousin's an RN. This brush is so soft. It just feels good on my swollen eyelids. And she's experienced my weight go way up big like I am now, and then I'll go back down to like a normal sized person um, within a year or two. And I'm never doing anything different. I I barely eat. Um, I get my exercise. Um, Nutritionist said I wasn't eating enough calories. Um, Now I get these mom's meals, which are supposed to be balanced. They got the protein and everything in them, the vegetables, but they're only about 600 to 800 calories a meal, and I really couldn't eat but one a day, and that was like half in the afternoon and half at night for dinner. Um, so I've been trying to like, oh my gosh, you guys, I got strawberries today for 2.99. Yeah, for one of those 1 pound things. So yeah, 2.99 a pound is still really high, but they were $4 and $5 if you remember. Maybe they were more where you're at. Bananas are still high. They were 69 cents a pound. Um, I didn't get any grapes today. Good golly, they were 5.99 a pound. Isn't that ridiculous? But I did get a carton of eggs finally that were under. They were under $6, I think. I paid 5 or something, 4 or 5. I don't know. Have to do my own fact check. Go back and look at my other video to see what I told you they were. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. You think I ought to have the video on recording when she comes, if she comes today? Hmm. And if I do, should I post it? Then I'd kind of be going against my own belief about not recording people without their permission. I have to think about that one. I gotta think about that one. I look in the camera, it looks like I got a black eye. But I don't. It looks really good, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna try to hold this straight. I've noticed if I hold this straight and then turn my head, sometimes that can compensate for my shaky hand. I can just hold my hand still, not worry about moving it around. And then just hold the position of the brush the right direction. And sometimes I can compensate for it by laying the brush down because the brush is so long. That's this e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. So yeah, I can just hold it and turn, and then when I get over here, a piece of hair, I can just lay this down and compensate for that by just turning my head. I remember getting ready for showing my horses and stuff and putting makeup on, and I had to use different makeup in the summer than I did in the winter because my gosh, it would be so hot out there, and the arena was sand and it was in the pure sun, no shade. And we had to wear long sleeves and cowboy hats. It was just hot. So there wasn't any of this wearing liquid anything because it would just melt and run down your face. I didn't even wear mascara during that time. It's so hot. You could just feel everything you were wearing. You could feel the eyeshadow. You could feel it all. It's just so everything felt heavy. So, yeah. I'm going to end this video. The next one I'm going to do will probably be about some subjects I've been hearing about. I'll just pick one and go with it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Jen. Thanks for visiting Chat with Jen. If you subscribed, thank you for staying with me, and welcome to new subscribers. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for commenting. The few of you that have been commenting, your words have been really encouraging to me, and kind of giving me or fostering a sense of a relationship, camaraderie, if you will, of other women and stuff, and guys too. Guys on here, make a comment. Um, I feel that men's views are important. They balance us out. Um, I have had a lot of counseling over the years. I've attended some groups. I've gone on women's retreats with church and things, and some of those things were specifically, well, they got some parts in there that were specifically about men. And my husband and I went to a class on love and respect. It was a marriage counseling. We weren't married yet, but like I'd said before, I had been married this is my third marriage, twice prior, and he had not been married at all. So I thought it was good. I said, well, let's go, let's go. So it was love and respect, and that meant women need love, they crave love, and men crave respect. And of course, they both need the other one as well, but just it's not as important to one as it is the other, and how to communicate and things like that. So, there's also one called the Crazy Cycle um, that helps couples get, I don't know how to explain it. Well, let's just give a week's time. Let's say on Sunday, you're both crabby, and it's usually because you got to go to work on Monday and your weekend's over, and you're kind of nitpicking at each other or crabby with each other. Um, and then by Wednesday, you're getting better, and then come the weekend, you're great, everybody's happy. That's what we call the crazy cycle, when it just keeps going around and around. And some faults with that, of course, is somebody's going to bail out eventually, or quit communicating. So, yeah, tools on how to overcome those things. And I have so much knowledge in my, I have trouble getting it out. I need someone to ask me questions and say, oh, do you know anything about blah, blah, blah? If I do, I'll tell you. If I don't, I'll find out. Um, I just love that. You just can't know. I just can't know enough. And I'll never know everything, but just learning everything I can. I really soaked up relationships and the conversations I had with my elders, my grandmother, her friends. Um, I just miss that so much. But now I'm getting to be that generation, and harder and harder to find people to talk to like that. And then in my own age group, I tend to be kind of a, I don't know, outcast, nerd, whatever, because, well, I've never been able to really connect with people my age. I was always thrown into the adult roles as a kid. I didn't really have a childhood. I didn't really play um, with toys and things. It was get up, take care of your sister and brother. Had the horses to take care of, a lot of big people responsibilities at a very young age. So um, they got to play with toys. My brother had Legos and all kinds of stuff. Oh, those Breyer horses. My sister and I had those, and we used to play with those together. Yeah, those were toys. And I had a sit and spin. I don't know if any of you had that or know what that is. It was a round disc, and it had like a steering wheel in the middle of it. And you sat on it and you pulled the steering wheel around and you just spin round and round and round. Oh my gosh, I used to do that for hours. I loved that. So, here I go, another hour long video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I did. I enjoyed making it and being here with y'all. And like I said, uh, keep the comments coming, guys. Even if you disagree with me, challenge me a little bit. Give me something to think about. Um, I noticed somebody made a comment when I was talking about the caregiver and things that were happening. And oh gosh, what was it? Something about I wasn't appreciating it or something. And I said, okay, what do you mean by that? And I wasn't trying to argue. I was just like, oh, give me some more information. How are you reading me? What do you see the situation like? So, hey, lady, if you're still watching me, if you watch this video, please go back and respond to that question if you can. I find it fascinating, and that's why I'm on social media. Is there's so many different opinions, and um, yeah, I just that kind of comment was for what it was perfect. Um, just like the ones that you guys are encouraging are perfect. Perfect by it's not disrespectful. It's not attacking me personally. That comment was talking about her observation of the situation, and those are the comments. I just eat them up. Um, yeah, totally. Just Yeah, I just ask that people don't, if somebody does comment something like that, you don't gotta jump up there and defend me. It's not a personal attack. It's just their observation and their perception. Getting dizzy again. That's the medication. So I'm gonna get off here. Like, subscribe, dislike, share it with your friends and enemies. I don't know. Everything's good, no matter what. Have a good day. Happy day.